goofing. There's a guy that does this video series on TikTok, but he switched to like Facebook Reels. Chopper Josh, he's like, it's chopper time, baby. Well, I'll be working on my motorcycle today. Me as a goober, the way that my bike is set up, I leaned over in my garage when I lived in a townhouse and hit my forehead on my toggle switch that controls the light bar. So the way that my handlebars are set up, I'm so tall that I broke the toggle switch here, and I've got a new one here that I'm going to wire in. But the problem is that I wired it in one time, and I think I blew the fuse because I don't know. It stopped working after I soldered it. So here's a reenactment. So I didn't have enough room to like flick my foot up under me to get my kickstand down. So when I bent down like this to reach down and get it with my hand, my head had come down like this and smashed the freaking toggle switch they did have on here. That was a cheap piece of crap. So here's the plan. I got some heat shrink tubing. We're gonna fix this. I'm gonna put some shrink tubing on it. I got some wire here. I got some 12 gauge wire. I got my soldering iron. I gotta find my solder real quick. Damn, me going through everything in my garage because it's a mess. But another thing I don't like about my bike is that whoever wired the light bar on it didn't do. Whoever did the wiring on this, I don't like it, man. Whoever did it, they didn't do like a stellar job on it. What I'm gonna do. There we go. What we're gonna do here is get rid of this connector here that they've got. They've got one on the other side too, but it's tucked up under, and I don't know why the wire is coming on here instead of out of the bottom, like on the other side. And here it is on the other side. You can see it doesn't come off the post like on the other side. It comes through the bottom. So I may tear my light bar apart and fix that while I have the headlight out, because I have to drop the light bar anyway to get the headlight out so I can see if the fuse for the light bar is in the headlight housing. Oh, this is gonna suck. So this is what I'm talking about, is that there's a screw right here to get this ring off the headlight, and this is how the headlight screws in. It's got two screws here, and I think this one in the bottom is for the headlight too. And this headlight's not very big. That housing goes way back up in there, and that's usually where they put wiring harnesses and fuses. So I gotta unbolt this bad boy anyway to drop it. So if I'm doing that, I may as well. But this is a 2006 Honda VTX 1300. I do ride it. You can see all the bugs all over it. I got a bad boy air horn on it. It does have this light bar. It's got the chrome trim on it. We do have layover bars, highway pegs. It's got footboards on the front, footboards on the back, Mustang seat. These are police issue or police style Harley hard saddlebags. I do need to do some repairs and clean them up. The carpet's a little loose in some spots where I rode it in the rain. I do need to clean it up though. The hinges need some hardware. Like you can see, I do have a luggage rack on it. It's got the chrome over this. It's got like a license plate aftermarket bracket. It's got LED. I got quiet. It's got LED turn signals on it. It's got this padded backrest. The Mustang seat, it has a bolt on this side, but I lost the bolt on this side over here. If you can see it in there, there's no bolt. I got to fix that. It wiggled loose. We do have the power outlet on it. The toggle switch is up here, and it's chromed out. I do have the aftermarket grips with the palm extension. We got the bat. Dang. I do have a Batwing fairing and a windshield on it, so It's got this nice pouch here. This is sun faded. It used to be super black, but it's sun faded. The only problem with the windshield is I sit up higher than the windshield. And then, like I said, my handlebars are a little bit low for me. I also put I think it's 205, 65, 15, Hankook, Kenergy, something like that, car radial tire. So I was wanting to park it on the sidewalk over here, but, there's not enough room for me to wiggle. This thing's super long, but, yeah, there's the Hankook. It's a car tire. So I had a guy that, has a motorcycle shop, and he ended up sealing all the spokes for me and putting it on the back. I'm considering going double dark side. The reason why I want him to go on the sidewalk is I got a power outlet right there, and I don't have to run a drop cord very far to hook up my soldering iron. But I guess I'll just run a drop cord and we'll solder this thing together. I'm thinking I may tear it all to pieces today. So let's get started on this shit. So the first order of business is to plan out exactly what I'm doing and how I'm going to attack it. I think the first thing I need to do is go ahead and drop the light bar on it. I try to track where the wires go. Oh, come on. Stop focusing, flip. I try to track down where the wires go, but there's a cover that goes on the frame up there on the neck. And so I couldn't see where those went. And looking at this, I now realize why this wire is on the outside and not running underneath. This bolt here is not hollow. So, on the other side it is hollow. So, you can see this bolt is hollow. So that wire comes through. I'm still going to clean it up though. And these are a little loose, so I need to tighten those up while I'm at it. Okay, so I loosened the two bolts that I was showing you that go underneath here. And the thing is that the whole headlight and the light bar, I don't know if you can see it from back here, but that plate right there that you're seeing is the top of the headlight housing right there. And the bolt goes through it and the light bar. This is the light bar. And then I'll show you what I was talking about in the back of the headlight housing. I don't know if you can see it from this side, but all the wires run up to here, and that's the headlight housing that they run into. And then let's go look on the other side. You may be able to see it better on this side. You can see this is the headlight housing, and then that's all the wiring that goes into it. So this back part is all empty, and it's full of wiring harnesses and fuses. All right, I got the 3 screws that hold the ring on the front of the headlight, and now the headlight comes apart like this. What I'll do is I'll try to look inside, see if there's a fuse in there, try to track some of these wires down, and kind of triage what the problem may be on why the light bar doesn't come on, because I don't know where there's a fuse. There's not one under the seat. And my biggest fear, there's no fuse back here. There's a couple like relays and some bugs. But this is what I was talking about. Inside the headlight housing, you actually have all these wiring harnesses that run together. The wiring harness for the light bar is this one with the blue wires on it, and then I've got to track the other side. The other side I haven't tracked down yet. But yeah, there's no fuse in here. I don't know, that may be a fuse, but it looks more like a connector. And just like that, it's back together. Let's make sure the lights are going to work. So we're going to come over to the key, flick that on, light comes on, good deal, loose seal. So like I said, I'm going to clean up those wires real quick, make them look way better than what they are. I gotta go check on the kids real quick, but then I'm going to start tracking down. I'll probably go ahead and rewire the light bar. So on to plan B. I'm going to put it all back together, and then go ahead and swap out the wires the way I want them. I'd love to be able to yank all the wires out and clean everything up and put it back together. I just don't have time to do all that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and fix the wires the way I want them, tighten everything down the way I want it. And then I'm going to get a schematic for the original wiring for this and see if I can track down a fuse somewhere. No! There's no light. I took the light off. So I tried to take the light housing apart, so I get to the wiring on the inside, and it's not coming apart. I don't know how this comes apart. I don't know if it's a full unit by itself, but I cut it below that connector because I'm gonna add more wire if I need to, but that's where we're gonna start. And then up here, I'm cleaning this up. So if you look, there's some like rubber stuck, and I'm just using a pencil eraser to get this rubber from that rubber that goes between the hardware on here. I'm getting all this oxidation off with this eraser. Watch, I'll wipe it down in just a minute with some polish, and you won't see any of this crap on here anymore. All right, so you can see there's these little things on there. It's just some McGuire's car polish. Get the rest of this crap off. And look at that shine, buddy. I may do this to the light before I put it back together, but I'll show you what that light's gonna look like when I get done soldering it. And I know what you're saying. You know, what's wrong with that connector? This is what's wrong with that connector. I snipped this wire off, and that's how much was inside the connector from the bike side. On the light side, we'll peel this off and I'll show you. You ready for the reveal? That's how much freaking wire they had showing. Come on, focus. Focus, you freak. But yeah, so we're gonna clean that up, and we're going to solder that wire so it's not like that. So I ran into a little snag. The ground wire has this kind of connector on it, and it was barely holding on, just like the other wires. And this one is really way too big for this setup, and I'm all out of that kind of connector. I must have used them on other projects. So next time I get to go to the store, I'll get the connectors and finish it. So I'll go ahead and show you what I was talking about. So you can see, I'm gonna set this in my lap so it's stable. But this connector goes over this, and it shouldn't be all bent up and have that much play in it. You can see that somebody torqued that thing down, and it just mangled the shit out of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a new connector for it. I'm gonna go ahead and tin this and strip the other wire. My phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tin this wire and get it prepped, so whenever I do get that connector, I can put it all back together. We'll tin the wire that this connects to, and we'll tin the wire for the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that other light off and get it ready to go. So whenever I solder everything, it's a done deal. But I'll also go ahead and solder that toggle switch in today. Oh, I'm so pissed. So I was working on the headlight, and come to find out, somebody had stuck a bolt in this one, right? So that's just a regular old bolt. That's not the one that came in this. And the headlight dropped off and busted the glass up there on the corner. Whoever did this, the wire was barely even crimped on. So now I gotta look. I'm gonna try to look and see if I can't find new lights for it. I don't know. I figured out why the bolt didn't have a hole in it. It's because somebody had broke this one or took this off of something else, and then they drilled a hole in the back of the freaking headlight, or the light housing, and fed the light through. So that really pisses me off. So it's the same deal with the ground over here, and I'll show you. So these stupid wire crimped. This is why I didn't want it. They actually did strip a decent amount of wire on this side, but this thing is all mangled to hell. can't pull that one off, though. They did crimp that one decent. But, yeah, no, we're going to completely redo this. Screw this, man. So the further I get into this shit, it's so fucking crazy. So this is the one that I dropped and it broke the glass, right? There's the housing. They did use heat shrink tubing on a connector that they had connected to the light bulb that goes in here. I'm going to see if I can't get a replacement for this. I'm so confused, man. I'm so fucking confused. Why they didn't do this on the outside. Okay, so I called Honda. The Honda shops here, they really don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. It was kind of like going to AutoZone or O'Reilly's looking for freaking wiper blades for your car. You know, what year, make, model? Is that two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? Is that got the 4-liter or the 6-liter? It's not liter, moron. Cylinder. So I call Honda. He names off the wrong model of bike. And I'm like, no, it's this model. Well, I don't see anything in here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's aftermarket light bar because they didn't come out factory with it. I'd called the Pig Trail Harley Davidson here. That's where I go for bikes, blues, and barbecue. And they knew what it was. So my mistake is going to cost me $80. But that means I'm going to go through and redo it the way I want it. So bear with me. I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this, because it's going to be a couple days before I can get over there. Typically motorcycle shops aren't open on Mondays. So I'll go in Tuesday, try to get the parts I need, and then we'll finish